So the Major Arcana cards are the development cards, right? The inner development cards of the tarot. These are the cards that focus you on divine aspects of the self, right? Aspects of the world that you must achieve some level of evolution from, right? Learning lessons through these circumstances we're living in the world, right? We have inner classrooms and outer classrooms represented in the Major Arcana. Okay, the cosmogony of the Major Arcana represents a particular view of the whole from which we can draw understanding of divine intention in our lives, right? Right? Ultimately, these oracles are spiritual revelation pieces, right? But an oracle is only as good as the questions posed to them, okay? What are you asking these oracles? Are you seeking information about other people, right? Are you asking the oracle to comment on yourself, right? Comment on your development, comment on your actions in a particular matter, right? In this way, you'll be using this oracle as a spiritual development piece. As 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 geese are fly past a brother and land. Wow, I'm seeing so many geese, man. I must be about to get some money. The Fool card. Here we see a young character who looks a little bit wild, a little wily, he's wearing animal skins. He got like leaves in his hair, he's a foolish looking character. You can tell he doesn't know much about life. And he's looking to walk off of this cliff. He ain't looking down though. So we get out of that. So we have the Fool card. The Fool is taking a leap of faith, taking a risk, right? He's a risk taker, embarking on a new journey or mission, right? This will signify a new endeavor, maybe a new job or some type of new situation. Maybe you're new in a particular situation, right? Moving forward with confidence, though uncertain, right? This can also represent foolish thinking, immature behavior, a child, a teenager, right? This is the Fool card. Okay. Now the Fool goes on his mission and he encounters the Magician. Whoa, I wasn't trying, I just be rhyming on the dime. Anyway, so now we have the Magician. We see the Magician is standing there and he's looking to me, he's making a gesture towards heaven and towards earth. He's trying to show you his connection, as above, so below. He's a magic man. This is a man with skills. You see his tools are here in front of him. He has the sword, he has the cup, he has the pentacle, and he has this thing that looks like a caduceus. And he is signifying dominion over things, right? So the willpower, the expertise, manipulation, right? It could also be trickery and cunning, right? Conniving, spell working, juju, magic, right? Let's see. In the reverse, it would be lack of mental clarity, right? But we're still going upright. So one who makes great use of material available to him, right? As you see, he has his tools, skills, resourcefulness and ability, power and influence, psychic powers. This is a manifester. As you see, he calls on the powers of heaven to bring them down to the earth. All right? Okay. This is going to correspond with Gemini, but I would also say this is more solar, and it would correspond with the martial signs, right? Leo, Aries, and Scorpio. This is fire energy here, no matter what they say. All right. Okay. Fool continues on, and then he runs into the Priestess, right? We see the Priestess is a nice looking young lady. She has some flowers in her hand, but they look to be, some of them are fallen. She's not really paying attention to these flowers. She's also holding, what is she holding? She has something in her hand. I can't really tell what that is in her hand, but she got something. Anyway, what we know about this lady, she's going down, right? She's going down in the steps, right? And some aspect of the story signifies the subconscious, right? She deals with the subconscious mind, going down deep into the mind, right? Psychic intuition, striving for knowledge, mystery, sensuality, right? Don't sleep on that part. Subconscious spiritual influence. It's also creativity, fertility, right? On the negative or the reversed, it could represent blocked psychic powers or blocked or repressed intuition, right? Not following one's intuition. Fertility problems, sexual tension, lack of self-belief, right? And these are going to be your water signs, Pisces, Cancer, right? And I would also say that Taurus will be represented here as well. That's me though. You know how I do. Right? On the Metu Neter side, this will be Ma'at and also Heru, right? Then we meet the Empress. This is kind of like the mama of the deck, but this is such a Venusian influence that she would be like the sexy mama, right? Right? You see that she's pregnant, right? So, you know, this is a card also of fertility, right? And, you know, she's wearing the crown, you know, she's the queen, right? This is the Empress, right? The divine feminine, Venusian signs, Libra and Taurus are represented here. Pregnancy is also represented here. And on the Metu Neter side, we know that as offset, okay? Motherhood is significated, nurturing, beauty, being sweet, harmonious, a balanced nature, right? Creativity, art, nice things. Sensualism is also noted, right? Intuition, empathy, compassion. In the negative, there's infertility, insecurities, lack of confidence, disharmony, negligence, and this can be an overbearing kind of a female, one who is not so sweet and harmonious in the reverse, right? Movement due to Neter correspondence will be offset and also het heru, right? Then we come into the Emperor, right? We see the Emperor is obviously the strong male in this circumstance, right? He's holding the world in his hands, so he has dominion, right? He has the hawk on his shoulder, right? Signifying strong Herukuhuti energy, right? He also has lightning bolts, which is also Heru, right? So this is the leader, the king. He sits on the throne, right? This can represent an older man or a man of experience, worldly experience, the father, the authority figure. Protectiveness is also indicated in this card. The boss, the leader, right? The one who is at the top, the business owner, the homeowner, right? Any sign, okay, we got, this can be fire signs, right? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but of course these energies are represented in all the signs. All the signs can represent these energies. So, you know, this would be someone in any sign who is representing a boss-like nature, right? In the negative, this person can be controlling, overbearing. There's an abuse of power, a lack of control, a lack of discipline, right? We have also problems with paternity, can be indicated here, right? Correspondence for Metu Neter would be Heru and Heru Kahuti. Right. All right, then we come to the Hierophant, okay? We see the Hierophant is kind of reclusive, right? You know, he's wearing a crown, so he's represented as an authority, right? In this particular card deck, you know, he's as the centaur, right? So this is like a Sagittarian energy, right? He's wisdom, right? Be represented by Tehuti and Ma'at on the Metu Neter side, right? You see he's down in the cave, so, you know, but he may be in a dark place, but right there, he's invoking the light, right? He has light coming from those fingers. So something light about him, right? Ideas revolving around religious and spiritual beliefs, right? Traditional institutions, traditional values, marriage, commitment, a wise teacher or counselor, a religious leader or heavenly messenger, right? Religious, educational, social welfare, medical, political, family. These are the areas that we're dealing with when we're dealing with the Hierophant. Conformity with tradition, right? Also forgiveness is noted, okay? In the reverse, there's non-conformity, the challenging of tradition, unconventional lifestyles and relationships, conflicts with persons in a position of authority, right? And as they say, Taurus will be representative of the Hierophant. Again, in the Metu Neter, this would be Tehuti and Ma'at, right? Hierophant. And we run into the Lovers card, right? In the Lovers, we see the individual who was our fool in the beginning. He comes upon a situation where he kind of has a choice of things, of women, right? You know, he has a choice. He can go with the, looking like this actually looks like an emperor who's a female, but you know, I'm sure they're trying to say this is maybe an empress, right? Then we have the sweet Venusian character in the middle, and we got the stern character with the ace of, that's on the ace of swords, right? So and this guy, he has his apple. He wants to give it to somebody, or all three maybe. He's in the lover energy, right? Okay, so the lover can represent a soulmate connection, twin flame connection, right? Obviously love, right? Kindred spirits, partnerships, romance, right? Desire, sexual connections, right? A major choice, right? So when we're dealing with this card, it's largely about a choice or having choices, right? Facing a dilemma. In reverse, it would be disharmony, disunity, right? Or disunion, falling out of love, having trust issues, detachment, disconnection, right? Lack of accountability, differing opinions, and differing goals, right, among partners. A struggle to take ownership of the decisions you've made and the inner conflict that results therefrom, right? Uncertain of the direction you're going in. A need to grab hold and master your own destiny, right? This is going to be Gemini in the zodiac. In the Metu Neter, this would be represented as Heteru, right? Moving right along, we come to the strong fellow on his chariot, right? He has a black and a white horse, right? His chin is up. He got his long sword in the background, his staff, right? He is going for a fight. You see that they're kicking up dust, so they're moving, right? So here we have overcoming obstacles, right? This is a card that presages success, victory. This is about ambition. What do you want to do? The willpower, your determination, taking control, self-discipline, hard work, and focus. Moving forward, right? Moving forward in a vehicle. This many times represents vehicles, car issues, right? Motivation is what we're talking about with this card. In the reverse, we have lack of motivation, lack of direction, lack of self-control, aggression, right? Overly aggressive, right? Coercion, forcefulness, powerlessness, right? Because it's a representation of strength in the reverse, right? But that's another story, right? It's also being blocked by obstacles, right? And they say Cancer is represented here, but I don't see no Cancer energy in this card. I'm going with Scorpio, right? Martial, obviously, right? In the Metu Neter, this would be a Hercules significator, right? As well as Heru, right? I would lean more towards the Hercules side. Chariot. Okay, just as we were talking about, the Strength card comes up. Here we have the Herculean character who has wrestled and tamed the lion, right? He got that lion by the neck. That lion ain't going nowhere, you know. You see there's a sword on the ground. There's a club on the ground. So, there's the air element, there's the fire element here, right? And right? He's in a tunnel, and there's light at the end of the tunnel, right? Something about his strength is opening up to the light. So this is a card that represents courage, bravery, taming the beast, right? Controlling one's animal nature, right? Controlling others, right? Inner strength, confidence, compassion is even indicated here, right? Overcoming weakness, obstacles, right? Self-doubt, the removal of, right? So, self-doubt is indicated when you see strength, right? There's a need to get beyond that. It's about mastering the emotions, correctly dealing with anger, taming others through gentle persuasion and encouragement, compassion, and positive reinforcement, okay? Reverse, this will be weakness, self-doubt, vulnerability, low self-esteem, lack of confidence. You are not tapping into your strength. You are not walking in your power. Letting fear overcome you. Stay away from people who make you feel small or inadequate, okay? These are going to be your fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Tehuti correspondence in the Metu Neter. All right? Here we have the Hermit, okay? The Hermit is in a dry and desolate place. He carries on his shoulder his trusty raven, right? He's got the raven on his shoulder, right? But it could be a crow as well, right? He's a reclusive looking character, but still he carries the light, right? He looks weird, he's all closed up. He's a deep dude. This guy's deep, right? Solitude that leads to spiritual enlightenment through introspection, soul searching, inner guidance, meditation, contemplation, spending time alone to gather or to gain deeper insight, right? Shunning the hustle and bustle for quietude and reflection, healing through inner work and reflection, right? In the reverse, this will be withdrawal, right? Antisocial behavior, loneliness, isolation, paranoia, restrictiveness, reclusiveness, paralyzed by fear, right? Becoming too reclusive, right? The need to come back into the world, right? Non-movement, which must be reversed. This is what can happen when you're in that hermit energy. And this will be represented in the Metu Neter as Seker and also Oset. Okay? And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so we see the wheel is obviously somewhere in the inner planes where things are dark, right? You got the night ladies, right, who are kind of watching the happenings on the wheel. We see people at different points on the wheel going through life, having karma, etc. And this light area here would obviously be the world. Right, so the Wheel of Fortune is going to clue you into destiny, karma, change. These are the cycles of life. Fate, fortune, decisive moments in life, upheaval, chance, and good luck, right? Big changes are coming when you see the Wheel of Fortune. Fated events beyond your control. Upright, it means the cosmos is cycling in your favor. Good or great fortune is indicated, right? Whatever the universe planned for you, there it is, okay? What is destined for you? What is the karma that you have sown for yourself, all right? What does your next karmic cycle look like? These are answered here in the Wheel of Fortune. At the end of the day, what happens next is what was fated to happen, right? In the reverse, we have bad luck, setbacks, upheaval, delays, disruption, unwelcome change, disorder, right? Effects of outside forces, right? The changes indicated here in the reverse are negative in nature. Bad luck, right? Challenging times. They may be hard to adjust to, right? Things could be going so great at some point, and then without warning, they just change to their opposite. Here is where the classrooms of life become tough, right? Ultimately, these lessons are part of your curriculum. right? And therefore they're necessary for your development. So though the Wheel of Fortune may feel bad in the negative, it's still necessary at some point in your life to give you whatever the lesson was. All right? That's the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Now we have the Justice card. All right? And we see a young lady who sits with her owl and she has her sword. Right? So that sword, anytime we see that sword, we're talking about truth. Right? Her sword is held upright, so she is about the truth, right? This is as she holds the scales here, right? This will be a combination of Hercules and Ma'at here. Hercules, or Ma'at for the law, right? Hercules for the enforcement of the law, okay? All right, worldly justice at law, right? Karmic justice as well. Consequences, law, truth, honesty, integrity, cause and effect, life lessons, court proceedings, legal disputes. A card of reaping and sowing, reaping what you sow. Do you blame others for your mistakes? This is a violation of justice, right? Strong Hercules correspondence there, right? A card of choice and decision, okay? Are you making choices based on integrity, on honesty, or based on pleasure, based on pride, etc., right? Based on balance or imbalance, right? Are you compelled, right? This is a question of the Justice card. In the reverse, you would have someone who will probably lose in court, right? If this is looking like this, you'll probably lose in court, right? Injustice, dishonesty, prejudice, lack of accountability, unfairness, karmic retribution, right? The avoidance of karmic justice, right? Show integrity, okay? If you got caught, fess up, okay? Don't blame. Accept the consequences and just grow from the situation. Justice. Okay, now we come into the man who sits on a mountain upside down, right? You can see he in a funk, right? He's kind of, he looked like, the Jesus character. Over top, right behind the mountain, there is light and there is the hawk, right? Which is a significator of the will. So you see this man is kind of stuck, but he need not be, as the hawk watches over him. So here we got one who is feeling stuck in contemplation, considering, uncertain, lack of direction, self-limiting, letting go, the need to release, right? After a pause, okay? Facing a dilemma, right? You could need to walk away or change your perspective on something, right? This is also waiting or being slow to decide. In reverse, impulsiveness, rash decisions that should have been well thought out, right? Discontentment, apathy, disinterest, detachment, negative patterns, going from bad to a worse situation, right? Are you reluctant to face some serious matter? Are you avoiding something? The need to stop moving, breathe, meditate, and wait for clarity, right? Clean up the negative patterns, right? And the Metu Neter, this would be Seker and Offset, okay? Seker and Offset. Okay, moving right along. We come to the Death card, right? Here, we got a guy looks like Darth Vader, right? He's in the foreground. There is light and green pastures and all kinds of other good stuff separated by this water here, right? And on this side, where things are dry and barren, you have people making offerings to this guy. He's like, give me that, give me some. Okay, so here we have spiritual transformation, endings that open up new beginnings, change, right? Endings, right? We said that. Transition, sudden, unexpected, harsh circumstances. Letting go, letting something or causing, or letting go of something or causing something to end, right? Probably the most feared card in tarot. Death generally would be, it doesn't necessarily mean death, but rather it signifies new beginnings, right? This is an 8th house of transformation, right, in the astrology chart. It's also about evolution of some matter into its next level, okay? A death of something, no longer serving one's purpose. Embrace change. Drop the past issues, the past people, indiscretions, etc., in order to make space for positive new beginnings. Reverse, this would be fear of starting, right? Repeating negative patterns, resisting change, dependency, right? Stuck in the past, right? Life will have its change whether you accept it or avoid it. Just die to the situation when you get the death. Okay, and we have Temperance. You see the young lady, she has her chalice, right? She's surrounded, well, she has wings, right? So there's something angelic about this lady. She has a super duper rainbow that she's creating, right? She's got the water, right? So, there's, love and emotions and spirituality here talking about, right? Harmony, balance, peace, inner calm, right? Soulmates can be spoken about here. Moderation, patience, proper perspective is what we're talking about in the Temperance card. All right. One must employ calm and balance in a situation. Don't let things knock you off balance. Being adaptable. This is contentment, being at peace. Okay. Inner spiritual composure, which you bring to life situations for good results. This is a high moral compass. Can signify assistance from a spiritual source. Okay. In the reverse, there's imbalance, excess, discord, clashing, hastiness, recklessness, self-indulgence, lack of proper perspective, overindulgence, drinking, sex, shopping, addictions that need to be balanced, right? Overall, the need to bring balance and balance to a situation. Overall, the need to bring balance to a situation. Lack of harmony with other people, right? Here we're talking about Ma'at. There's Offset, and this is a Shep's correspondence as well. All right, then we come to the devil, right? We have the character who is in a dark place, right? He has horns, he's got hoofs for feet and animal legs, right? So he's part animal, part human, right? Signifying the aspect of the being that we're talking about. We're talking about the lower aspect, the lowest aspect of your being, right? There's a set correspondence, okay? Okay, the devil, what? And also he has his two people chained here, right? The two humans, they're, going about, they got horns, right? They just having toxic fun and nakedness and enjoying themselves, right? But they're trapped, right? Obviously. We have addictions, obsessions, toxic mindset, craving toxicity, cheating, sensualism, bondage, mental health issues, secrecy, abuse, powerlessness, hopelessness, violence, depression due to bondage to toxicity, right? Assault, codependency, right? Being and feeling trapped by addictions, obsessions, or outside forces, victimization of others, feeling victimized. It's all an illusion, right? Control of ourselves is up to us, right? We'll control ourselves or we'll give control to somebody else, okay? Who sits on your throne, right? Heru is the will. The devil is the ego, right? It's the desires, right? It's narcissistic, self-centered, and entitled, right? Who sits on your divine throne, okay? The devil can only defeat a coward who shrieks away when it's time to have a fight, okay? In the reverse, we have independence, freedom, overcoming addictions, reasserting control, reclaiming power, revelation, which reverses cowardice. Now you see the trap of your behavior or circumstance of bondage to toxicity, and you invoke your will to regain freedom and control. Okay, signified as the Metu Neter would be the Dark Decease card, the Heru Tem card, the Herukuhuti Tem card. Also, there's Wajet and Nekabet in the Tem as well for the devil. Okay, moving right along, right? Obviously, going through the devil, we will eventually get to a tower, okay? And we see the god in the water, right? This is like Poseidon, right? And he is overseeing the destruction of this tower, right? And you see there's fire and such, right? As lightning strikes this building here. Disaster, right? Sudden upheaval, tragedy, unexpected change, trauma, abuse, violence, divorce, breakups, verbal dispute leading to separation, bankruptcy, chaos, the death of someone, stillbirth or miscarriage, job loss, drug OD, okay? A car crash can be indicated. Life-changing sudden upheaval that is beyond one's control. Tower happens usually as a negative consequence to building false foundations or faulty beliefs. Okay, a tower can be good when surrounded by positive cards. It will still be a massive upheaval that includes a shocking adjustment that has to be made, like maybe you're moving abroad or, somewhere where everything is unfamiliar, right? Obviously, it's a big change, right? The tower can be a warning to someone involved in risky behavior, right? Dangerous acts, even gambling, right? In the reverse, it would be avoiding tragedy, averting disaster, avoiding job loss, delaying the unavoidable, resisting change, right? Learn the lesson of this close call situation. In the case of avoidance of the inevitable, it is better to go through it as not to delay the lesson of it and the new beginning that follows, right? Go through your tower. Okay. On the Metu Neter, this will be represented as Yjet, Nekebet, Hercules, and Seker. Okay, and we come into the star card, and we find the naked young lady who's looking towards the fairy star, godmother, right? This is some hope that she has, but she's opened up Pandora's box, and there's a lot of stuff coming out that, she has to now deal with. Okay, so this signifies hope, inspiration, creative genius, fame, or the spotlight, calm, contentment, renewal, serenity, positivity, healing, spirituality. The star is one who is in tune with the universe, right? They carry a spiritual connection. Calm and balanced nature are on display in their presence. You are renewed after a situation of upheaval. You are healed, right? The issues are behind you and they have come with a deposit in your spiritual bank account, right? So this is something negative that happens that you heal from, okay? This is a card of healing, okay? This is why Pandora's box is there, right? You have been equipped with positive energy and the talent and ingenuity to embrace the challenge, right? With positive esteem, the confidence to win. Creativity, artists and performers are stars as well. In the reverse, there's hopelessness, creative lack of inspiration, boredom, monotony, faithlessness, despair, depression. A traumatic tower may have taken your inspiration, okay? This is not actual, but invented by minds, okay? The remedy is to reinvent the light in your life, okay? This is Het Heru and Ma'at in the Metu Neter. Okay, now we have the moon card, right? You see that there is a young lady. She has 3 heads, and also her dog has 3 heads as well, right? There's a crab down there, so you see the offset correspondence, right? The Cancer correspondence here, right? This is a card of confusion, right? Uncertainty, illusions, vagueness, instability, changeability. Intuition is indicated here. There is deception here, anxiety, fear, dreams, subconscious insecurity, okay? Things are not as they appear to be in this card. Using one's intuition is indicated as there may be illusions present. Things are vague, not well illuminated as the moon shines during the night. Subconscious activity as well as dreams. This card can represent deception, having low motives, underhandedness, sneakiness, illegal activities. Insecurity, instability is indicated. There can be mood swings, right? A changeable personality, right? Instability in the endeavors that we're talking about. Okay, delayed decision, vague answer to questions. In the reverse, truth is coming, secrets will be exposed, releasing fear and anxiety and doubt, regaining a level of clarity, regaining composure, blocked intuition, clearing negative energy, finding something that was once lost, right? A blame shifter, being deluded about one's role in negative circumstances, depression, mental health problems clearing up, okay? Right, in the Metu Neter, we're looking at dark deceased, offset, tem, and nekabet in the moon. Okay, and then we follow the moon with the sun. Okay, depicted here as the god Apollo. Right? You see, Apollo's weapon is basically his brightness, right? He's got music, right? He's got an arrow or bow and arrow piece here, so he hits his target, right? Things are peaceful here. This is something regal here. This is the god Apollo, okay? A Heru correspondence in the Metu Neter. We have success, confidence, vitality, happiness, enthusiasm, optimism, positivity, freedom, openness. There's fun, truth, and illumination. The sun represents optimism and positivity, joy, right? There's confidence, there's a freedom of spirit, right? In the daytime, things are illuminated. Therefore, expect light to be shed on the matter that is in the dark. Self-assurance leading to success is indicated. If a victim of deception, truth is coming. All things signifying lifted energy, positivity and energetic brightness, shedding light as well as success in endeavors and good luck. And this can also be a card that represents childbirth as well. Reverse, there is sadness, depression, ego, right? Lack of enthusiasm, over excessive enthusiasm, unrealistic expectations, oppressions, conceitedness, arrogance rather than confidence, pessimistic disposition, focusing on negative, right? Darkening the inner light of positivity, right? Also, this can represent stillbirth or miscarriages, okay? Heru correspondence, as we said, in the Metu Neter, sun. Okay, moving right along, we come to the Judgment card. Okay, Judgment, we see the god, this looks like Aries or somebody, right? He is basically, he's going down into somewhere and the corpses, he's kind of presiding over the corpses here, right? He's making the decisions that probably sent them to this place, right? Here we have self-assessment, self-evaluation, a revelation that provokes a decision, awakening, renewal, composure, forgiveness, the clarity that enables good judgment and decision-making, right? Increased awareness and understanding after past karmic lessons. Legal matters are indicated. Court is indicated, as well as spiritual judgment, karma, much like that justice card. All right. Things will be decided based on how you've conducted yourself. Have you been honorable or dishonorable? You are being judged here. Redeem yourself for past misdeeds. Also indicated in the judgment card is separation of loved ones via long distance or maybe even overseas. Right? There will be a reuniting soon. Reversed, this would be false accusations, missed karmic lessons, lack of self-awareness, self-doubt, harmful gossip, unfair blame, indecisiveness, being held back by fear and self-doubt and guilt, right? Missing the boat due to taking no action, being overly critical of others or receiving this treatment from others, okay? This is a Tehuti and Ma'at correspondence here. Right? Also, I would say Herukahuti as well, because we have a strong element of karma in this card. Okay? And we come down to the wire, and we have the World card. Okay? Here we have the Divine Twins, right? They're wrapped up inside of the snake. And they have the 4 elements that are represented in the tarot all around them. Okay? The World card signifies achievement, completion of a cycle, right? An accomplishment, fulfillment, wholeness. It also indicates traveling. Okay? New worlds opening up for you. Luck is on your side. Opportunities are in abundance. Going to other countries and being well received. Your chances for success in whatever you are endeavoring to do are very high, right? You've traveled through all of the trials and tribulations of the Major Arcana, and now this mission is being crowned with success. Successful completion of a task or mission, such as graduating from college or university, or completing a project, right? And there you go. That is the World card.